モンカス。
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
これ悲しすぎるだろ。もういきなり闇だよ。闇スタートじゃねえかよ、こんなの。やめろよ、マジ。
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
What?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Wow.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
上とかじゃなくていいの？こっちでいいのか？まあいいや。
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
向こう。向こう。
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
猫っ鼻。
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
嘘だろ、これ回想の回想ゲーじゃん。昨日のホームズかよ。まあいいや。
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
あ、うまっ。ああ、うますぎ。こいつなんだ？
My Halloween candy was all gone.
夜徘徊しながら食うのか、お前。これ食おうで、こいつ。クリストファー食おう。
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
はい。どっちだ？暗すぎ。こっちかな？
I kept eating and eating.
ああ。歯磨き粉うますぎだろ。
I ate a lot of things that night.
これ飾りだからな。死ぬぞこんなの食ったら。プラスチックだろ。
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Nest。じゃあ食っちま
I
うか。
reached out for her.
まさか？お前。
And suddenly, I was a cat.
は？
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
何これ病気ゲー？もしかしてどっち飛ぶんだこれ？は？意見がこっちか。食えよー。上にいる。はあ。おいマジくさっさと。
I jumped and I almost got her.
なんでこれ飛ばない？
I could tell she was getting really tired.
もう一息の。
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
鳥を食いたくてしゃあないとかやばいやつだよ。 これ絶対落ちるじゃん。もうやめろよ。
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard
これ何これ病気系のゲームかもしかして。薬中か。
rabbits.
うさこいるぞ。いただき。
I imagined his face looking up and
Oh.
seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed
丸
him
飲
up,
みだよ。
and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
おっ
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I
Ay,
couldn't
Marunomi.
stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh. 何ゲーだよこれマジで。動けるぞしかも。わけわかんねえよこれ。もう病気だろ作ったやつ。ここ最近稀に見るイカレゲーの中でもトップレベルだよな。
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
何このゲーム。
頭おかしい。
I wanted
いただ
fat,
き。
juicy soups.
おい。あーうまっ。あ
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really
ー足
good.
だけだよ。見えるぞ。はい、うまい。あ、いまし
I grabbed on tight. And when I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
た。なんだ。なんだこれ。ん？ヘビ？ミミズ？なんだこれ。え？タコか？これ以上無理だ。戻ってこい。何これ？は？ああ、スペースで移動できる。これ操作の説明とか一切ないからな。
Now I was a monster and I smelled people.
感覚でやるしかない。スペースを押すと移動できるっぽい。
I was big. And real quiet.
いるぞ夕食が。あー！食った？いただきやした？
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
R 中がなんかやってる？外か？R 中は処刑だよ。 いただき。
After the last passage,
あ
I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
あ、疲れてる時はな、こういうまったりやれる芸がいいわ。
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
でもこれちょっとまずい気がするな。俺チークだと思ってた。
I got closer and closer.
部屋じゃねえかよ。え、戻ってきた？まさかベッドの下に？
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. It's waiting. But it's not going to wait much
こいつやばいわ。
It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
こいつ新手のスタンド使いだ。間違いねえ。モリー。危ねえやつだな、モリー。
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
でも悲しいよ。見ろよ、これ。37年から47年までしか生きてないよ、もう。これがな、ちょっと悲しすぎるな、このゲーム。他のやつも見るとな、20年ぐらいだよな。ああ、どうやって閉じるん？はい。森どうなの10歳で死亡ってなんか非常に悲しいゲームだよ。お、猫いるじゃん。
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Edie.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
500年。オーディン。もう眠いんだけどやばいな。眠気が半端ない
The
な。
only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
疲れてんだ
It
よ
was
な
a
今
pretty
日。
big trace.
明日もっと疲れるよな。まあでも今日はなんとか。
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
はあ。 本剥がしたら終わりじゃね
Sven
っていう
gave
のは
Sam
な、
an old
ダメだよ
camera
な。
he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
キャメはこれなんかいつで終わり
From the
っぽいな
paintings
多
on the
分。
wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
ああ、これさっきの部屋だ。ああ、3。
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch.
来る
The
ぞ。
thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
始まったわ。
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom.
やばい、酔いそう。うわ、酔うわ。うわ、あ、なんでこんなゲロゲロゲーにしちゃった
We'd
んだ
never
よ。
be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin
Ooh.
always wanted to fly.
これあれだな、VR でやったら吐くぞ、これ。間違いない。いや、これ下がってるときいいけど、進むときやばいわ、これ。吐きそう。
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
まさかサムお前、
Maybe
ダイブする
if I hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
おいよ、うわ
The day he made up his mind,
あ
and he did.
あ、死んだ。
キングダム
あ
ハーツ3来たんだからディズニーランドやってほしいって書こうと思ったら何これ、わら。
Calvin's story
やべえ。
felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the
Calvin.
exact same thing.
カルビン11歳で崖から飛び降りちゃった。もう悲しすぎるよ、このゲーム。もうこれやめていいもう。ダムハウス3。ランド、この前やったよ、ランドは。ランドよりもダムハウやるじゃね。もうこれやりたくねえわ、もう。やるたびにブルーになってくる。もうしかも。
飛び降りてないよ。彼は飛んだんだよ。
飛んだとしても見ろよ、これ。この墓みたいに何年から何年って書いてあるの見るだけで悲しくなるよな。
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
しかも立ち入り禁止にしちゃうの。なんでよか。What? 無駄になんか謎のアクションあるからな。引くのか上げるのかもよくわからない。これパズルが好きな人向けなのかもしれないけど、俺はこの暗すぎる話にもうついていけないよ、これ。
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
2箇所ある。あるっちゅうだろ、そりゃ。
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
見ろよ、これさっきの部屋な。ほら、カルビンの部屋封印されてるの。ママによって入れないのに、これ悲しすぎだろ。これもグレゴリー。もう1年しかないよこいつ。1歳で死んだんじゃん。もう悲しすぎだろ。もうダメだ、これついていけないよマジで。もうこれ
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
おおウッディになってる。バーバラスターだったのに死んじゃったの？嘘だろ。
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
死んだらしいな。あ
Oh, Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by American
なんか始まったぞ。
fortunate family. I'm calling it the surprise ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
これ操作しろってこと？
And as she found the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
これ無駄に操作が入るのか、ちょいちょい。おまさか
Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
「俺がどんだけストレス溜まってるかがよくわかるよなこれで。
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer.
殴れ。
Oh dear.
死んだ。
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah!
Oh!
Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
始まった。なんでこれ持ちながら移動してんの。
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
まさか
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
何してんのこいつ。
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
今までの復讐かこれ。
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
やれ。
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
オッケーオッケーオッケー。とどめを刺すぞ。Oh my.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
なんか浮いてるぞ。ああ、浮いてんの。
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream
Huh?
come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
やばすぎだろこれ。バーバラ。
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was.
バーバラは
Maybe what
20
Edie
年
saw
も生
was
き
a
てない。
happy ending.
ひどすぎる。これいいよなこの時計。なんか目が動くやつだろ。なんか映画とかでたまに見るよな。3D グラスあるじゃん。腐ってんだろうなこれ。ケーキか。んでどこ？戻るのか。
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
オルゴールどこにあるの？例のやつ。上か？
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
ん？オルゴどこにある？モリー。
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. これか。暗いな。見たここ。来たことある。 Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
死にすぎだよ。シェルター？シェルトンじゃねこれ。
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Walter?
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
なんで缶詰職人やってんだ。
Having a schedule, living for today.
桃缶丸飲みするなよ。
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
2005年になったんですよ。
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
No. プリズンブレイクできる？おいおいおいおいお前何やってんの？
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin.
呪われてんのかこの家は。
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day.
ダメだもうこれ悲しすぎてダメだできないよ。 ああ。なんてこったい。もうダメだ。
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Bitch. ああ。缶切り。ビーチのオルター。電車が好きだった。でも電車にひかれる。
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
もうダメだ。もうこれ無理だよ。もうこれ以上耐えられんよ。終わるか。ああ、眠すぎ。とりあえず。眠くないか。もう1時間も耐えられねえじゃん、これ。ってか、半分ぐらい終わってるけど、もうこれ病みすぎてて無理だよ、これ。よくこんなの作ったよな。子供は死なないみたいなの嘘やん。ほぼほぼこれ、20歳以下で死んでるよな。長い人もいるけど。つうか、よく見ろ。これもう全滅してるじゃん、この家系。俺以外。次、誰かはもう確定だな。悲しいよ。